Hey guys, what's up? I'm Heather reporting for Kids First, and today I have the pleasure of talking to Evgeny Afineevsky, who is known for his critically acclaimed documentary film Winter on Fire, Ukraine's Fight for Freedom, that was nominated for an Academy Award and was also nominated for a Primetime Emmy. Now let's talk to him about his newest film, Francesco. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. So, Mr. Afineevsky, your film is made up of some of the rarest film and recordings known of Pope Francis. Can you please tell me what was the process in gathering all of these clips to then make your film?
You know what? I guess since you mentioned Winter on Fire, and then it was also my Syrian Johnny Cries from Syria, which actually have a lot of voices of the kids, and we just talking to you guys, but the website that calls for the kids basically. So I usually working with a lot of material, and it takes time, it takes process, and I guess that's what I love in filmmaking: challenges, taking bits and pieces and creating a comprehensive story. And for me, that's what I want. That's what I love. And that's what I did with Francesco. I collected a lot of things. I filmed a lot of things. I outsourced a lot of things. I went into deep research in different countries just to dig into their archives. I met with a lot of filmmakers. I filmed a lot of things by myself because I always love to carry my own cameras and film on the spot. And that's how I created this comprehensive story. But it's outsourced a lot of, if you look at the credits, you will see a lot of sources.
Yes. And you know how you were saying about how you went to all these countries and you were talking to different people. After talking with them, because you had interviews with so many people who have actually met and have been impacted by Pope Francis, what was it like, and did your views on religion and life shift after creating this film?
You know what? The movie changed me because when I finished my Syrian movie, I literally struggled with post-traumatic syndrome. Syria was a journey into the darker side of humanity. And I was looking for light. I was looking for hope. I was looking for love for people and for myself. And I guess this journey around Pope Francis, where I looked at him not as just a leader of the Catholic Church, a Catholic world, I was looking at him as the role model of humble human being, somebody who is caring about every human being in the world, no matter of his race, religious beliefs, sexual orientation. I think that's what attracts me to him, as somebody that can really help us to find the path into the future in these dark days, specifically when we are surrounded by pandemic. So I think that's what attracted me to him, and that's what also changed me in terms of my beliefs in the world, into the humanity, because I found humanity again. I found so many things again.
And I really connect with what you were saying, because when I've grown up, I've always looked at the Pope as just like some figure and someone who only represents the Catholic Church. So I really see how the impact of this film really changes people and how we change our perspective. So why did you specifically choose Pope Francis? Because we've had 200 popes and everything that's going on in the world. Why now did you choose to make this film?
I think he's remarkable in his actions. He's trying to bring church into 21st century because we see him bringing so much transparency. He's endorsing women and allowing women to be in high positions in the church, endorsing the equality. So that's the beautiful thing. He is trying to bring lay people into the church, fighting corruption fiercely, fighting the sexual abuse in the church. So he is somebody who not about talking, he's about doing things. And we see this. Even interfaith dialogue, his last trip to Iraq in the middle of pandemic, in the middle of war that Iraq is struggling right now. I think that's the actions and not just words. And I think that's what attracted me to him, as somebody who is more about actions than the words, and trying to bring us into 21st century.
he really is a modern pope. I remember now in your film about how he talks about homosexual marriage. I remember like this huge uproar, and it was like, oh, he that's the way that he thinks, and that's okay. And he's changing the way that the Catholic religion runs, which I totally understand. And it really is worth a documentary on. And while in this process of filming, was there a moment that you talked to one of your clients, or like to did something happen that really stays with you now after this film has come out?
Um, oh, I spoke, you said the word clients. I'm trying to think what you were meaning. You meaning colleagues or,
Colleagues.
yeah. Um, Listen, there is the 3-year journey was not easy journey because I was finishing this in the middle of pandemic and I was still traveling and filming in the middle of pandemic. So I guess so many things will be standing with me. So many amazing revelations, so many amazing experiences that I had with him or people around him or people whose hearts and minds he touched. I think the whole journey with Juan Carlos Cruz since 2018 was amazing, remarkable journey. I was with Juan Carlos Cruz, who was yesterday nominated for the being a part of the Commission on Protection of Minors. I was with him in 2018 in New York when he got the news that Kardima going to be defrocked. I think for him it was the biggest thing, and I remember his emotions were overwhelming him because he not believed that this will happen, ever happened. So there is so many moments that I remember from this journey. So Juan Carlos is one of them.
That's amazing, and to see how these world leaders, you had the time to talk to them and to learn so much about them. And just like I learned from this documentary, I learned so much that I didn't know. What do you hope that audiences and younger kids learn from Pope Francis and from his actions, and what do you hope that they do with that information?
I think we have a moment right now where we need to rethink every action we have towards climate change, toward neighbors. We do need to, from the childhood and from youth, to start to understand that we are all equal, and we all equal no matter of religious beliefs or color of the skin. And I think we need to be educating this from the childhood, from the earth stages, from the school. It needs to be a part of the school education. And we're planning actually to use the movie for the school education and for the universities. We're working on that. So I think for the kids, it's important to see this role model. Like kids loves comics and they're looking for the comic books because they want to find this role model for them. Spider-Man or Superman or Batman. They're looking at this since childhood. So here we have not a Superman, a human being who is a true role model, who teaching us that we need to spread love. We need to love the neighbor and love a friend and love somebody who is living not only across the street, but across the border. We need to be open-minded. We need to open our hearts to love. We need to care about climate because it's Mother Earth. So I think that's the important thing that kids can learn. And I think each child can start to bring a change to this world because we want to preserve this planet for the future. And I think that's the perfect momentum because pandemic teaches us that we can have a future only if we will leave a lot of our horrible actions in the past behind us. And with the safe, good deeds, we can continue to live and thrive in this planet.
That is absolutely amazing. Like, I wish I would have had this film when I was younger to learn more and to not only not judge a book by its cover, because I feel like a lot of people just think, oh, he's just the Pope, he's Catholic. And we see how in this film, how he's revolutionized the church and how he's changed the Vatican and how he was with the Muslim refugees. He didn't shun them out because of their religion or the homosexuals for their sexual orientation. He's loved them all. And I think that's why he is the Pope, to give God's message.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for taking the time with me to talk. I absolutely love this film and I can't wait to see what you do next.
I still trying to find what I'm doing next. But you know what? It's interesting because Pope Francis said to me, Evgeny, trust the God and be patient, and it will come because it's all there. And you know what? It helps me to achieve this movie. And I guess something next will be sent from there as a message. And I will find what will be my next call for action, or like I'm calling this AAA, advocacy, activism, and action.
That is a beautiful plan, and I will definitely work on that. And, God help us all, and He will guide us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Evgeny Afineevsky for taking the time to talk with me about his newest film, Francesco, which is available on Discovery Plus March 28th, 2021. I'm Heather, reporting for Kids First. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe to our channel to get our newest reviews and interviews. See you guys next time. Bye!
Made him experience what people experience.
Queda feo que lo diga un papa, no sé. Las quiero mucho.